Bond, and this is my interpersonal communication project for HSCO 508 at Liberty University. Today I'll be talking to you about my overarching goals, enlarging the conversation, my background and how it relates to my behavioral blends, interpersonal communication barriers and how to overcome them, noise pollution, and my action plan for carrying out my overarching goals. My overarching goals for interpersonal communication are to become a level 1 listener, to provide a healthy amount of self-disclosure in all conversations, and to be more assertive. Alright, what does it mean to enlarge the conversation? This just means that each person in the conversation is constantly adding new information to improve the quality of the conversation. This means that you're thinking outside of the box and you're constantly adding new ideas to make the conversation better and to keep it going. Okay, just a little bit about my background. I'm 24 years old. I've been married for a year. I was born and raised in the Midwest. I started homeschooling when I was 12, and I attended college online for my first 2 years. For my junior and senior year of college, I decided to attend a university. That way I could have the college experience, so I finished out my degree, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. I'm currently working towards a Master's in Human Services Counseling from Liberty University. Okay, behavioral blends are personality patterns that each person possesses, and there are 4 different categories, D, I, S, and C. And behavioral blends describe how someone acts in public and how they act with their close family and friends. There are 2 categories after you take the quiz to find out your behavioral blend. The categories are this is me and this is expected of me. And like I said, the this is me category is how you act when you're with your close friends and family. And this is expected of me is how you act in public, at work, things like that. My behavioral blend for both this is me and this is expected of me was SC. And when someone has the same behavioral blend for both, that means that their behavior is pretty consistent all the time. Alright, a little bit about the SC blend. The upsides, we're laid back, cautious, loyal, we like to avoid conflicts. The downsides is we can be too passive, shy, lacking assertiveness, and sometimes spend too much time trying to perfect tasks. Okay, on my interpersonal communication skills test, on my insightfulness, I got 92 out of 100. And what that means is I'm able to see things from others' perspectives. I'm able to put myself in their shoes and understand what they're going through. I'm very empathetic and I'm really attentive to nonverbal cues. Like if someone is sitting there like tapping their foot or acting really nervous, I know they probably don't want to be talking to me right now. Okay, my first barrier for interpersonal communication is self-disclosure, which is also known as openness. Because I'm really shy, like it can be really difficult for me to provide self-disclosure in conversations. The way that I plan to overcome this barrier is to practice O equals SAT. And what this means, the O stands for openness, and the SAT stands for self-awareness, self-acceptance, and trust. And those are all really important elements when it comes to self-disclosure. So I want to learn to be better at those. Okay, my second barrier is assertiveness. Because I'm really passive and I can be shy, it's difficult for me to be assertive when I need to be. So the way that I plan to overcome this barrier is to become more aware of when it's appropriate for me to be assertive. It doesn't mean that I have to be pushy. It's okay for me to say no, and I just need to realize that I deserve to be treated fairly just like everyone else. Okay, my third barrier is my belief system. The belief system process, according to Burley Allen, is your communication skills begin at birth and they carry over into adulthood throughout your life. And your communication skills are affected by previous experiences in your life. So if you grow up not being allowed to like have an opinion or like, you know, what your parents say is what goes, that's probably how you're going to feel when you are an adult. So the way that I plan to overcome this barrier is to realize that I'm allowed to have an opinion just like everyone else. Okay, my fourth and final barrier is finding common interest, and lack of self-disclosure makes it difficult for me to find common interests with others. And the way that I plan to overcome this is by improving my self-disclosure, because self-disclosure is how you're able to learn about others, and that's how they learn about you. So if I'm able to be open with others, I believe that this will come naturally to me. To be willing to disclose yourself to others is how you build a relationship, so it's very important. Okay, I'm going to talk about noise pollution now, and noise pollution is anything that keeps a conversation from going smoothly. So there are two different types of noise pollution, internal and external. And some examples of internal noise pollution, low energy level, personal issues, hearing what you want to hear, and emotions, whether those are negative or positive. Some external noise pollution, clocks, nearby conversations, room temperature, and windows with scenery. Okay, some ways to prevent noise pollution. Have meetings earlier in the day, that way you have more energy than after lunch. Repeat information back to the talker to prevent misunderstandings. This is extremely important. If you don't understand someone, don't be embarrassed to ask them to repeat themselves or repeat it back to them and have them clarify. Move to a quieter area away from noise and other conversations that may be going on in the same room. Make sure the room is not too hot or too cold. If someone's sweating, they're probably not listening to you very well. Let the talker know if your emotions are distracting you from full listening potential. If you're just feeling really sad or you're just really excited about something and you're not able to listen to someone, just let them know and ask them if you can have the conversation later. Or the last one is to use the talker-listener card. The talker-listener card looks like this, and it has talker and listener on either side. And you put it in the middle of yourself and the person you're having the conversation with, and it helps you to know, okay, it's my turn to talk or it's my turn to listen, and it kind of gives you tips to know like what your role is. The talker is supposed to be sharing their feelings and thoughts, and the listener is supposed to be, understanding and helping them clarify their thoughts and emotions. All right. To put my interpersonal communication goals into play, I plan to listen more effectively and attentively, ask for clarity when I don't understand, have an open mind, practice being assertive when I feel like I need to be, remind myself that I'm allowed to have opinions as well as others, and to be more open with other people when appropriate. Okay, this concludes my interpersonal communication project for HSCO 508. Thank you for joining me.